Grass is the original solar panel. So before we started making solar panels that made electricity, we had grass and trees and green photosynthesizing plants that turned solar energy into carbohydrates and into plant tissue. Think about all the oil that we extract now. It all came from solar energy through plants initially. So the crude oil that we use nowadays to make petrol, fuel, plastic, all of this stuff all originally came from plant matter, or decomposing animals. Maybe they ate the plants grew from solar energy. So let's get rid of that. So the original solar panels is plant leaves. Now why does that matter? All we've done nowadays with solar panels is we've traded photosynthetic energy for photovoltaic energy, which is the process of making electricity from the solar energy. I think what we need to do is get back to using more photosynthetic energy, or valuing it. We can't use it as electricity to charge our phone or to drive a car. What we can do is value it differently. When we have a photosynthesizing plant, it's going to store carbon into the soil. That's a fantastic thing. We can use it to grow nutritious, sustainable food for humanity. So that's a useful thing. And we can use them to stabilize our climate and store water in the correct place and stabilize all the ecosystem processes that are going on. That's a very, very good thing. Now here's why this is on my mind, because what we're doing nowadays is building solar panels on soil, in the land, in the soil, instead of growing those green lovely plants. Now no one really thinks this is a good idea. I think it's just that we haven't thought of a better way to do it. I don't think anyone would disagree that solar panels should be on roofs and on infrastructure that's already built, but I understand that it's technically quite difficult to do. So what they're doing is they're ripping up land, farming agricultural land in a lot of places, to build solar panels. Now I hope you're following me here. All we're doing is trading one solar panel for another. So before we were growing plants, now we're building big steel solar panels with photovoltaic energy being stored, being produced. So we're still capturing the same amount of solar energy, or similar amounts, sometimes more, sometimes less. We're just trading what we're doing with that. The problem is, in the process, what does it take to build a solar panel? An awful lot of metal, copper for cables, plastics, concrete to install them, and a lot of diesel fuel involved in the vehicles involved in that process and transporting all the materials. So along with that, I don't think a lot of solar panels will ever be sort of net zero in the energy that they can produce for the infrastructure it's taken to build them. It's the same thing with wind turbines. Not to get off topic, but I think the infrastructure it takes to build a wind turbine will never allow that wind turbine to pay itself back in terms of an energy debt or a carbon debt. So what is my point? Well, I think we're just valuing solar energy incorrectly. I know that in our society nowadays we need a lot of electricity, which is why we're building solar panels, but we shouldn't be trading off a beneficial form of solar collecting, which is green living plants, photosynthesizing plants, for the other manufactured photovoltaic solar panel. We need to find that balance. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. Bye.